What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to episode 80 of All Hail the King. In this episode, we're going to feature Red She-Hulk, and we don't necessarily have overpowered teams for her, but we certainly have a strong theme. It's going to be an all-Hulk extravaganza. But before we begin, if you did miss the podcast, I'll place a link to the corresponding one in the description below, so make sure you check it out. And while you're at it, check out GiantSizeTeamUp.com. Our very first team up in this one's going to be Skirn and Red She-Hulk. So yeah, we could have gone with regular She-Hulk, and actually she is quite good, especially with 2 E-ISO slots. But for this video, we went with the Worthy. Our first matchup, as you can see, is against Rocket and Spider-Man Noir. A very annoying team, but also a really dangerous one. What you'll want to make sure you can do is weather the storm, and the Dark Energy Blade's going to help, but also both of these female Hulks are pretty resilient, so they should be able to make it, as long as we don't get attacked too many times. Like I said, that Dark Energy Blade and Reflect is going to help out a lot, but he's still going to hit us with Beat It. We probably only stopped one of them in that chain, but we'll take it, and at least it ends up stopping. So with my agent, we're going for Hailstorm, and that's going to place Winded on the opponents. First though, we get hit with a Grace Note, and that's going to start another hopefully short chain. I'm sure you know, it's kind of like rolling the dice when playing this team. There have been matches where you don't even get a chance to act. That has happened to me as well. But finally, we do get a Hailstorm to go off, and this should help us out. Unfortunately, we do still get hit with the Mandible, but we do absorb energy from that. And next, we'll go ahead and use our Dark Energy Blade, which triggers another Grace Note. So yeah, this team and the AI in general gets tons of procs, especially with things like the Grace Note and Dark Energy Blade. They have been absolutely insane this season. We'll have our first Winter Soldier PvP video coming up early this week, and he's a monster, except the Dark Energy Blade interrupts his mines seemingly all the time. It's like his one bane. You'll see what I mean in that video, I'm sure of that. But with Skirn up next, we're going to use Bursts of Speed, then we're actually kind of taking it easy on Rocket. And that's because we want to use Red She-Hulk's level 9 to finish him off. So with under 8,000 HP and having to skip his turn, we're going to try to end it with a Savage Strike. And it does 24k non-crit. So not a bad total. Unluckily though, it would have been much better if it crit. Either way, next up you can see we got another Spidey Noir and Rocket team. But this time we're using Age of Ultron Hulk. Honestly, I felt it was kind of odd, but we kept getting this team over and over when trying to record for this episode. It kind of made me happy because we easily beat them, but I would have liked some more diversity. Oh, and I'm not saying the outcome of this one, I'm saying in general. We were doing our daily 5, and this was probably the 4th time we saw this team in a row. So yeah, at this point, Red She-Hulk was very familiar with them, and she seemed to do pretty well against them also. I'll also say this, we tried radiation setups, but she gained gamma energy all the time. It almost seemed unnecessary. Though since then we have been winning some of the special ISO, and also in the final match of this one, I'm going to show you one of my favorite radiation type attacks. By that I mean as far as agent's gear. Of course, characters like Iron Patriot and Rocket are my favorite source of radiation type attacks. Or radiation exposure applying attacks. They're really tough to beat. Okay, there's a lot of clarifications that were needed there. But for this one, like I said, we're sticking to Hulks. And in the next episode, we'll probably focus on Exploit Opportunity. Though there may be some radiation synergy in that PvP video as well. So just stay tuned for that one. Now for this one, I do like that the Legion Pulse Rifle is going to stop us from being interrupted. And that's big with the Dark Energy Blade being out there. Unfortunately, Red She-Hulk doesn't gain that benefit. But I still think she's a pretty good team up with Bruce. So Bruce and Betty definitely can work. At the same time, the Hulk teams kinda scared me a little bit because of the meta, the Elite E-ISO and so on. But I was looking forward to the final team up. And that's going to be the 2 Red Hulks. So Team Big Red, if you will. As for this team, with their agent now down, it shouldn't be that difficult to finish off Rocket and Spidey Noir. So first we're going to hire Luke Cage. Then we're going to use the Dark Energy Blade on Spidey Noir. I'm kind of hoping to do a big hit on Rocket, but that's going to depend on if we can take Noir down or not. And since he is still standing, we're just going to use our Savage Strike on him. And we'll let the Age of Ultron Hulk do the honors of ending the match. As we move to our final team up, I do want to say we had a very testing match against Enchantress and Red Hulk, and that was with Skirn and Red She-Hulk. So more than likely that's going to be the battle of the week. Besides that, this week we have a lot planned. Some really special videos. Winter Soldier PvP is just one of them. So trust me, this is the week you're going to want to tune in. I don't want to give away too much, but it's going to have plenty of Marvel, especially Avengers Alliance. And the hunt for the Giganotosaurus will continue. So anyone who cares about that arc continuation, that's going to happen as well. Oh, and speaking of large reptiles, there will also be a lizard lockbox opening very soon. I'm closing in on that magical 120 LBs. So once we get there, I'll post the video. A lot of my friends have been having some incredible luck with those. So why not us? Anyways though, with all that planned, like I said, it's going to be an exciting time for the channel. And I'm reinvigorated, to be quite honest. You know what, I will tell you more just for viewing this video. I'm going to try to have a Marvel Future Fight roster update, as well as take a look at Marvel Avengers Academy. So thank you everyone for telling me about that new game. Or at least it's new to me. We're just going to mix things up is basically the theme of the updates here. Still though, Marvel Avengers Alliance is number one. I'm going to cover everything. Nothing's going to change with that. So don't you worry. As far as this final match, I thought it was going to be somewhat easy, but instead this team is dealing more damage than I thought they would. Or at least, I kind of felt a threat of that. I don't know, it just kind of felt different from your typical Kurth and Colossus team. Well, there goes a big Decimate, so that's kind of what I was talking about. Fortunately, if we can manage to take down their agent, we'll have a much better chance here. Losing Red Hulk though would be very bad, and he almost got taken out. Well, we decided to leave the Hire a Hero on, so we're going to hire Luke Cage. But the gear I was talking about that's actually a radiation type is in fact the Lunacy. So yeah, maybe you didn't realize it, but that extremely annoying gadget is a radiation type debuff. Also, like I said though, it doesn't seem to really matter with Red She-Hulk. And in efforts to stay alive, we can't even really use it right now. But since it is so important to take down the enemy agent, over the Light Fantastic, I decided to go with the Smothering Shadow. Obviously, this match is a little bit too close for comfort, but fortunately, we do get Absorb Energy after Colossus tries to attack us. And on his turn, Aftershock takes the enemy agent closer to death. So we were just basically watching the enemy agent and Colossus's health bar like a hawk. If we could just finish those two off. So I went ahead and used the Bulwark. Then we'll use Momentary Advantage, followed by a Gamma Bomb. This seemed like a pretty good idea, and it's going to cause Pyrophoric, basically guaranteeing that the agent's going to go down. And even more importantly, Colossus is going to die from our Absorb Energy. But you know what, right here, we just wanted to finish off the agent, and we were scared of Kurt's retaliation. So we held off on attacking her. Next, we try a Savage Strike, and take major damage for that. Add in the Rune Explosion, and Red She-Hulk's gone. Oh, but Kurth isn't done there. She also does major damage to Red Hulk. And now it's just one-on-one. The scary thing about this is we know a single attack from her could end our agent's life. So we're not even sure if we should hire a hero. And that's a free action. She will actually counterattack that. So after some debate, we do decide to use our free action and hire Jessica Jones. She may not have been the best choice, but ultimately, that is who we're going with. I mean, she throws a van at the enemy. You would think that does a lot of damage. Here, it just does so damage. And as our next move, we're going to go with the Improbability Field. Once again, this is kind of a random thing. We don't know what we're going to get, but we're just hoping for the best. If Kurth lives through any dots, which he most likely will, she could kill us. Fortunately though, she goes with the Road to Ruin. So yeah, odd move, but we end up stunned. So we are still worried about that one-shot KO when the AI chooses Road to Ruin once again. And this time, we're not even playing around. We're going straight to the Atom Smasher, and that should win this match. So there it is, that's how the last one ends, and it's also going to bring us to the end of this episode. So thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck, and take care.